Warm temperatures make it hard to wear a mask, but the CDC says it's one of the only ways to protect yourself from the spread of COVID-19.
But there are ways you can make it more bearable in the heat. So joining us with some tips about and to talk about the services they offer, we have Sarah Milanowski and Daniel Caldwell with Life Circles PACE. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for being here. Let's start first with the masks that you're wearing and the importance of wearing a mask, and how difficult is it once the heat starts to get up there and the temperatures are really overwhelming?
Well, we know that wearing a mask is one of the best things we can do right now to slow the spread of the virus for our communities. So it is still very important that we continue to wear masks, but we all know, if you've tried them recently in our Michigan weather, that they come with their own set of inconveniences. So we're here to kind of share some ideas to make wearing the mask a little bit more comfortable as we continue to protect our community members.
So as you see, we're wearing white masks because in the heat and in the bright summer sunshine, the white certainly keeps the mask a little bit cooler. Another quick option is to remind yourself to continue to breathe through your nose and not through your mouth. It tends to reduce the humidity behind the mask. And the other thing to remember is if you do feel a little bit overheated, just step away from the crowd. Make sure you're at least 6 feet away. Maybe find an isolated corner or a little shade under the tree and take the mask off and get yourself resituated.
Some good information there for sure. Let's talk about, when it comes to the different, materials that can be used for masks. I know you mentioned, obviously, the white one that you're wearing right now, but especially in the heat, maybe it depends on what material you use that can also help with that.
Yeah, so we have, your standard disposable mask here that we've got. One of our big tips, regardless of the type of fabric that you're wearing in a mask, that you try to get a good fit around the mask. That's going to keep the humidity from maybe going up to your glasses like mine. So making sure that it fits well around the nose, making sure that you don't have gaps under your chin. Making sure it's fit well to your face is one of our key things, regardless of which type of material you have. And then the other thing is to make sure that we're taking care of these masks properly. So I'm wearing a disposable mask. As soon as this mask gets dirty, as soon as this mask might get wet from me talking, I'm going to make sure I get rid of this mask. So the virus actually spreads a particular way, and I'll let Daniel explain that.
Yeah, so the virus is spread by some droplets. So the best thing to do is remind yourself that this mask is protecting you from that droplet spread. It's also stopping you from spreading the droplets. But if the mask does become old or does become saturated, you're going to want to clean it or dispose of it.
Can you folks talk a little bit more about Life Circles and exactly what you do?
Yeah, so Life Circles provides an alternative to frail older adults to live in their own homes rather than moving into a nursing home for that type of care. So we've seen, even in our state, that although nursing homes provide a pivotal role for our participants, for our citizens, that the death rate, the infection rate inside of those facilities is quite high. So we want to let people know that if you have a frail older adult who needs some extra support to live at home, that there are programs out there to help provide that type of care, but in the community. We've been fortunate. We have about 350 participants across the lakeshore that we serve, from our Muskegon location and our Holland location, that have had a very, very low COVID rate compared to our local nursing facilities.
And where can people get more information if they're interested in reaching out to take advantage of those services?
Yeah, so we're available on the web at www.lifecircles-pace.org. And our PACE program is one of about 22 locations across the state of Michigan. So even if you know someone who's not in our direct area, you can find out more information online about our other PACE programs across the state.
Thank you so much for your time this morning.